This is Sunny. This is a video about pretty much these two stocks that I traded. But I want to do a recap on like where my state of mind is on my life. I can't remember the last time I did a video, to be honest with you. I'm sure it's been months. Um, I'm sure it's been months. But I had this trade and it was pretty good, so I decided, hey, let me do a video. Um, I can't remember where I left off in my last video, and I'm not gonna go. Eventually, I'll go look back, but I'll just recap on this year. This year has been quite a wild year. Last year was 2023. Was just I thought it would be a great year. Actually, it turned out to be a horrible year. And this year has gotten even worse. When I mean bad, horrible, I'm talking about my personal life. And I know that doesn't really have much to do with trading, but it's affecting my trading and my performance and everything. But these videos are for me, and I don't really make them for anybody else. But if they get a hold of them, maybe they can learn something. But it's gonna be part of myself, my personal life too. But last year was just horrible. I lost two people that were pretty close to me. Um, and it just went really bad, being blamed, being interrogated, um, being harassed. Um, it just went really, really bad. Things were really shaky, so I just spent my time and focus on trading and bettering myself, joining Rolling Wolf's subscription or program or trading program membership. And I'm like, I thought that would be like the best thing for me, and it was. It really helped me improve trading, but there were still areas where I was struggling at. But I had planned on starting 2024, going into after I joined Wolf's program, to go to every single boot camp possible. And after I did that, I started trading live again, um, and blew up again. And I was like, with a lesser dollar amount. Um, Come to realize there's just some areas where I was still struggling, even though Wolf helped me um, improve. But reading Contrarian Trader, um, the book, it helped me. I haven't finished it, but I got the concept of it. It's a little difficult to read because it's so old school, but I'm reading it and I've been improving. But this year, I got kicked out of my place of living twice. Um, it was very difficult for me to deal with. The first time I got kicked out earlier in the year, immediately in the beginning of the year, with no notice, little to no notice, and I had to like fight that with police and just lawyers and protecting myself. I could have fought harder, and I would have really won the situation. Um, but I thought to myself, it's better if I just leave and just do what is best for me, because I didn't need to be in that environment. It's too much of a toxic environment. Um, then I moved to another place. Things were going okay. I was working a lot. It had its ups and its downs, but I was working a lot and I was progressing. And then my goal was to save 100 grand um, by the end of the year without touching it, without trading it, investing it, just stack up, man, just stack up. And I was doing that, and I was well on my way to doing that. I reached 50 grand. I reached like 40 grand by like half of the year, 50 grand by like, I say October, September, October. Um, But then in June, I got hit by a car riding my motorcycle with a really close friend of mine. Fractured my toe, damaged my leg badly. It still hurts to this day. It's been about 4 or 5 months. Still hurting. Um, I need neck surgery, back surgery, and possibly foot surgery. And that threw me off. I couldn't work as much. I was going backwards in life. Not really backwards, I won't say that. Things were just not progressing as planned. Um, and shit just got really, really difficult. But I was able to pick myself up. I ended up buying a car, a really car that I like. One of my, I won't say dream cars. I don't dream of shit. I just make that shit happen. But it was a car that I really wanted since I was a kid. My sister has the same car, so I test drove her car. I was like, I like it. So when I went and bought the car, I went and bought the higher version of it. Actually, the highest version of it. Um, because I'm like, this is the car I've always wanted, and let me go get the highest version of it. You know how they have different trims. Excuse me, they have different trims. I went and got the highest trim, and it felt good to do that. It's like the Scat Pack wide body that I wanted. It felt like, okay, I don't want this. I don't want the highest version of a Challenger, Dodge Challenger, but I do want it in a Jeep, which will be more expensive. But this one was pretty inexpensive. I bought an older model, but I love the vehicle. I love it. Things didn't turn out the way I wanted to when I purchased the vehicle. I made several mistakes purchasing it. Several issues happened um, after I purchased the vehicle. I planned on buying a vehicle to drive with my siblings, my three little brothers, to go live at Florida State University, and just, excuse me, and just live with them and be at college. But my two little brothers, we all made an agreement to move from Texas and from Florida to Florida State, and um, they all were down with it, and then they switched up on me and changed their mind, ruining the plan. Purchased a car. I purchased that particular car for myself, but also for them. And I didn't want to get that car yet. I wanted to get it later. And I ended up purchasing it sooner than I wanted, and then boom, um, they ended up changing their mind, and then I'm like, what a waste. Plus, the car that I really wanted, the primary car that I wanted, ended up being the price that I wanted now, and it's the price that I want now, and it's like I wasted my time with these assholes, um, because now I didn't even get the car that I really wanted, and I bought a car that's the second car that I wanted uh, later in life. I mean, earlier in life than I wanted to. And it just things were just not going as planned, and things just got fucked up. But then I kept working, kept saving. I reached 50 grand, and I was working like crazy amount of hours. I'm talking about like 24 hours straight, or working 2 days straight, 48 hours straight, just working. I mean, not no sleep, just working. 48 hours straight. The highest I ever did was 56, but a couple months ago, I did a 64-hour straight shift, just working straight. Um, and then that morning of me getting off from doing a 64-hour straight shift, working from Friday all the way to Monday morning, um, I got some horrible news. I was like mentally burnt out, physically exhausted. So I crashed. I didn't even shower. I just crashed the bed. Um, and went straight to sleep. Um, I didn't even realize my phone wasn't on Do Not Disturb, and it wasn't on silent. I typically do that, put it on silent when I'm going to sleep, and put it on Do Not Disturb. But 4 hours later, I was getting phone calls from like my entire family. I'm like left and right, my brothers and sisters. Now I haven't spoken to my sisters or my brothers or my mom or anyone in about a year and a half. And I kept getting these phone calls. I'm like, why the fuck are they all calling me now? They must want something. And I'm like, something bad must have happened, and it must have want, or they must want something. And I just kept getting the calls and the calls, and I'm not answering because I'm like, I don't speak to you people. Um, and then I looked through my text messages to see what they were texting me about. Um, and come to find out, my little brother committed suicide. Um, it broke my fucking heart. Because part of the reason why I was, saving the $100,000 was for him. Um, so that I can buy our childhood house back and just live there. My goal was to save 20% um, of what the house cost, so I won't have to pay PMI, premium mortgage insurance, because that's an unnecessary expense. Um, and then I was gonna have whatever extra money I had left, you know, because you gotta have extra money when you're purchasing a home. You can't have the down payment and then no extra money. Um, so that was my goal, and I was getting there. And I was telling him like, hey man, don't I'm gonna buy this house. And a couple of weeks before that, he told me he wanted to commit suicide. And I was like, nah, bro, don't do it. I got your back. I'm almost there. At that time I was at 40 grand, and like 3 weeks before he passed, I was at 40. And 3 weeks later, when he passed, I was at 50. I was just working and hustling and being creative on ways to make money. And he committed suicide, and it broke my heart because I was doing everything for him. Um, like a substantial reason of why I was doing it for was for him. Like it was for me myself too, and it was for him, and it was for me to be more comfortable while I'm trading stocks. Like I'm renting a room now, paying $900 a month. With the amount of money that I plan on putting down, I would have been paying just for the mortgage. I've been paying less than what I'm paying up here. About $600, $650 I would be paying every month, not including um, property taxes and homeowners insurance. Um, but that's what I wanted. My monthly payments were going to be about $1,500 or less overall. And I was telling my little brother who passed away, that's my plan. I'm gonna make this shit happen. Just give me some time. And he kept like, I want to come home. I want to come home. I'm tired of being up there. I'm like, bro, if we go up there, it'll probably be easier for you. So I'm gonna come meet you up there. And he was like, cool, okay. And he couldn't come home because there's like no place to stay. It's too expensive. He's not in a proper position to come home. You know, I'm not gonna give too much details about how he passed away because you know this video would be long as fuck. Um, but I ended up felling him and he passed away, and that shook my world, turned off my lights. I don't even know how to explain all the things, but I'm traumatized. Like I'm traumatized already with life, but I've always brushed it off. But this one is not something you can easily just brush off, or just not even easily brush off, but just brush off and just deal with it. It's rocking my world every day of my life. I'm so unsteady. I've been unsteady all throughout my life, but now I'm like I can't move forward. I can't take a step forward, and there's no way I can. Um, so losing him just broke my heart. Everything that I worked for um, has now just dissipated. Um, my goal was to reach 100 grand, um, and then by the house. Um, and then what? He passed away. Took his own life. Um, I contacted Roland Wolf about it, hoping that I can get some guidance. But Roland Wolf got his own life, and he doesn't know me enough to like give me some advice. But he lost his brother, so I was like hoping I can get some advice from him. But we texted each other briefly, and that was about it. I got his number, so I text him. Um, um, but if I see him if I ever go back to the boot camp, I'll sit down and talk to him. But and just try to get some insight on how it is to lose a brother. I've spoken to some people who've lost their brother and or a close relative, um, and they're like everybody has their own perspective. I've spoken to people who lost their brother through suicide, um, and one guy told me it's been 10 years and the pain has never gone. It's there every day. He thinks about it literally every day. 10 years gone by, he's still thinking about it. I gotta contact him when I get a chance, but I haven't honestly. I haven't been wanting to talk to nobody. Um, but there's another guy too at my job. He lost his wife right after I lost my little brother. Then 3 4 weeks later, he lost his son from a heart attack. Excuse me. And I'm like, bro, I don't know which one's worse. And it doesn't matter which one's worse, but it's like it's just fucked up situations. So when I see him, I try to talk to him, ask him how he holding up. But I'm fucking. We're both just suffering. I mean, like this. My life was going great right before my brother passed. Like I was increasing my income. I was increasing my net worth. Um, my situation was getting better. I got a new car, even though it wasn't the car I wanted at that moment. It was one of the cars I wanted. So I'm like, hey, fuck it. Um, I was waiting on Florida State to accept me. They first said they accepted me, but then they're like, "Oh, it's an error. It's by accident." So they didn't accept me, but things are going well. I was taking classes. I was feeling good about it. I was participating in my classes. Now I'm not participating at all, and things have just went horribly wrong. Um, I'm literally like I'm lost and I'm all fucked up, and the people around me, my friends, my families, well, not my family. I'm keeping my distance from my family, but the people that are around me every day, every week, they're suffering for the way for the things that I'm experiencing, and I can't, and I don't know how to stop it. You know, and it's sad to see that they're suffering because of me, but there's nothing I can really do right now. I'm trying to catch myself, and I can't afford to try to catch them neither, and place them in a better position. Um, but right now I'm all fucked up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just all fucked up. Um, and sometimes trading is my only outlet. Sometimes it isn't. It's stressful, but I've been getting a little better at it. Been reading. I read a few pages. I tried to read a few pages of um, Contrarian Trader. I only read one page, and something sticked out to me in that page, and it made complete sense. Which is just focus on purchasing at the low, and excuse me, when the trend is 30 to 40% sold, that's when you need to be buying. When it's like I think he said like 70 to 80% bought up, you need to be selling. When I was reading the book earlier this year or last year, it didn't make any sense to me. I thought the book sucked. All I understood was buy low, sell high, but it goes deeper. You just have to translate the terminology from their old school way of speaking in the early 1900s to now, because they're talking about things that we don't really understand. But it's making sense. You just have to understand the terminology, or get the idea of what they're saying, and then translate it to the the terminology of trading, and now it makes complete sense. So, um, I've been improving, buying low, selling high, just focusing on only buying low and my stop losses. I don't care about selling. I don't care where I sell. If I buy low and it spikes and then comes right back down, that's not my problem. That's none of my business. I made sure I did my job, which is buy low, sell high. Buy low, stop loss order. Selling is a little tricky, even for professional traders. You just have to like sell. There's 3 points that Wolf taught to sell. Um, I use those target goals, and then after that, the more the merrier, you know. And if it goes back down, I don't take it personal. As long as I was disciplined to purchase at low and sell high, that's all that matters. So right now I'm at a point in my life where I'm just all fucked up. But yeah, like I said, trading is my a bit of my outlet. I don't care about none of the goals that I had in the past. None of the goals I had in my videos that I said. I don't care about the cars. I don't care about the house anymore, because it's like one of the main reasons why I was trying to buy the house was is gone now. So it's like, why keep pursuing something that's not there anymore, you know? Um, but eventually I'm gonna buy it to keep my promise to my little brother. It's just not my focus right now. Like, I'm gonna save and keep saving the money and not recklessly blow it, but I'm not gonna overextend myself like I was before. I spent my time focusing on the money and not focusing on the relationship with my little brother, and now he's gone. How I feel about him and all that, and the whole situation, I won't get deep into that, but I'm just heartbroken. I'm hurt, and that's as far as I'm going to express myself, because my feelings run deeper than that. Um, but right now, I'm just like, I'm trading, I'm saving. Right now, it's a little bit hard to save because the money that I had, a lot of it went towards bills for me taking a break from work, and paying for the funeral, and then I got to still pay for other things, and then pay for the preparation of my mother's funeral whenever she passes away. So like just him passing, I had to come out of my pocket 15 grand. So that set me back a lot. And then, you know, so many other things are occurring. Like I'm into the exhausted. And then right after my little brother passed away, an uncle, family friend, passed away from the same way, committed suicide. Um, and that threw me off too. Um, I kind of wish I never got that news, but it is what it is. um, so now I'm just, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't care what to do with my life. The only thing that matters to me is make sure that I eat, I shower, I brush my teeth, and maybe go to the gym. I'm not making any promises to myself. I'm not keeping myself obligated to anything. I'm not trying to be ambitious. I'm not trying to be none of that. Like, I'm not trying to do anything. Um, if I spend the whole day in bed, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna fight the PTSD thoughts of, you're a loser. Get up and go do something. Get up and go catch a body. Go be successful. I'm not. I don't care about those thoughts anymore. It don't mean nothing to me. I don't want that. Um, I'm just living my life. If I spend the whole day in bed, that's a good thing. That's okay. If I don't accomplish those three, four things of showering, eating, hygienes, hitting the gym, if I don't accomplish those things for the day, that's okay. I don't give a fuck. I feel like the world is on my shoulders, not even on my shoulders, on the top of my head. I think I'm just blasted. I mean, think of someone who's just been hit with a ray and just gets blasted away. That's what I'm feeling inside. Um, and right now, I don't care to do anything. I don't care to watch TV. I don't play video games, but I bought one to try to distract me, and I don't even care to turn it on. I just don't care to be goal oriented at all. Um, I'm just hurt. I'm just hurt, and I'm just heartbroken. I'm devastated, but it goes deeper than that. Um, I don't know, but I think I kind of caught up. I know I skipped a lot of things that happened to me this year. Um, but I skipped a lot of I skipped a lot of things that happened to me this year. But that's where I'm at in life. That's where I'm at in life right now. But I don't know what else to say. Um, but I'll go over my trade yesterday. If this chart will show itself. Um, the fuck. Um, this stock I didn't trade, but I had intentions on trading it. I don't know why it's not showing. It's so annoying. But I'll just do it from the 5 minute chart. But I didn't trade it, but I had plans on it. Um, so pre-market, there was only one stock really moving, and that's the other stock you see on my other screen. I'll get to that soon. Um, but the only thing that I liked, and I don't even know this was gonna go up. I just was anticipating. Um, um, and this stock was just, um, it spiked up for the morning, consolidating. I don't think these wicks are real because they dropped so far down. Sometimes the chart doesn't print it out properly, but it was just consolidating, as you see here, going sideways. Then it started dipping, and um, market open. I was like, hey, started dipping. I'm like, market open. When it opened, I'm like, hey, if this dips more, it was already from like where it was at, where it was already up. It was already up like it went up pre-market $6.65, and then it was down like to me it's a substantial amount. That was like already down um, 2/3 of its price, 50% of its gains, and I didn't like that. It's a Monday. It was a Monday, so I didn't really know what to expect from it. I try to like watch what's happening on Monday to tell me what's going to happen for the rest of the week. Um, so as market opened, it started pulling back some more. So that I took that as a sign that either this is going to tank and fail and just dump for the rest of the day, or it's going to pull back some more and spike. But honestly, I was thinking to get into it as soon as market opened because they already pulled back a good amount, but it was still close to VWAP, and I'm like, but I need more. So I didn't get in um, at market open when it was down already a good amount. I was watching it, and it pulled back some more. And I took my eyes off of it for a little bit to look at the other stock that was here, that I was talk to you about later on. PPBT. I have no idea what the name of the company is. I didn't do my research. I was just trend trading, which is not good in penny stocks. But when you get so, I guess, accustomed to trading, if that's the right word, that would be the right word. You tend to like go straight to what you know, and you skip a few steps because it's second nature to you. Um, you can see the manipulation on the starts on a chart, so you'll know if it's being diluted or not, or manipulated or not. So it's like sometimes I skip the SEC filing dilution tracker um, because I just get straight to the point. So it pulled back some more, and like somewhere around here or here, I was looking to get in, but I didn't want that. I might like I said, my main focus now is um, buying low and putting my stop losses in. That's my main focus. I don't care about nothing else. So when I put my order in, it immediately like perked up a little bit, and my order got was missed. So I was like a distance away from the price was a distance away from lower day right here, which is 425. It was like higher, and I was like, I don't want to risk that much. Um, Roller Wolf was like, buy as low as you can to the buy as low as you can to the low of day. But I missed it, and Wolf says if you miss it, just lower. If you don't feel comfortable, lower your share count and lower the amount that you put in to get in, and then yeah, you don't get in full size, but you get in with the size that you want. If I'm buying near low day, I'm going full size. If I'm not, then I I don't. So I was like, I don't want to get in period because I'm still not comfortable, and now I like to get in full size because it's like then I can make the most money, but sometimes that's not always the right mindset. So I was a bit battling with myself, and then the thought of the words of Mark Crook came in my mind. He was like, "Listen, stop being cheap, man. If it's a few cents more expensive, fuck it, do it. Like if you're gonna pay an extra few cents or extra 25, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 cents on it, but it goes up by $1, was it worth it?" And it came to my mind. I was like, yeah, it's fucking worth it then at that point. So then fucking get in. And those when he said that in one of his videos on Profitly, it crossed my mind, but I was like trading this and focusing on this other stock. So all in all, this stock just went perfectly my way. Spike, spike, spike. And I was planning on purchasing it. Um, 9 times out of 10, if I bought it where I wanted to, if I bought it a little bit higher, I would have sold at VWAP or a little bit more higher than VWAP. But I would never held it to this point. I'm not skillful. I'm not skillful of a long trader to know that how far it will go, why it will go that far. I need to get a better understanding of the SEC filings and um, um, catalysts and how these stocks are manipulated on the upside. Um, I will try to watching SEC filings from Sykes and Michael Good, but that was video was more of a terminology thing. It didn't really give me the understanding of how shit gets manipulated. So it's best if I go learn from Ricky Analog, who goes over the way they do my manipulation and all that. It's best if I go learn from him more if I want to get a better understanding of that, the SEC filings and stock manipulation and all that. Right now, I'm not in the state of mind to even study. I haven't even. I can't listen to Wolf's video or anybody's videos or audios. I just can't. I'm not in the state of mind of self improvement, of or financial improvement or any kind of improvement. So that's it for this trade. It ended up going well. This is the rest of it. Um, Spiking up to 1343, pulled back, went up to um, went up to 1395 and pulled back, held VWAP, and then I guess it's a little bit low VWAP, but it's still, I think it still can bounce. It's still too early in the day, so it might have a second push for the day. It might not. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not focused on too many things right now. Just buying low, stop loss. One thing I have been trying to notice is how stocks react the second day. That's something I've never really cared to pay attention to. I'm trying to, but for me and my taste, I don't like trading stocks. The second day, I think the juice has run out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but that's a possibility. I just never felt comfortable with trading a stock on day two, even though I've seen it before that they overperform on day two or they perform well on day two. I just have to watch and observe and get a better understanding. Now this stock, and I'm gonna put my entries and exits here. Let's see if I can put it at 2 minutes so you can get a clear view. Right here. Let's see if it shows it. I hate this software, man. I mean, interactive broker, I'm accustomed to it, and I like it because I'm accustomed to it, but fucking work. Just fucking work sometimes. Like, don't give me this bullshit. Work. But as you can see here, pre-market is spiking up. It's spiking up. What made me get into here? It was already up 200%. The last stock, I was planning on getting into it around 40%, and I didn't think it was going to go up. ppbt, I didn't think it was going to go up, but it ended up doing it, and I missed the trade. That's okay. This stock was more of a riskier trade to get into, but it had that momentum, and I was still like going off of what happened last week. And what's happening last week is still happening this week, where you got one stock that's up substantially for the whole day. You have these other stocks that's not moving at all. They're under 50% or around 50% for the day. And there's only one stock popping. And it's high up and it's up a lot substantially, and it seems overcrowded, and then it spikes by a lot. And then it gets even more overcrowded, starts getting real choppy. Um, it seemed like this week was going to be the same week, the same rhythm, and it was, but it had a little extra style to it, I would say. The rhythm was the same. The way these stocks were moving were all the same from last week to this week. But now you're getting, instead of just one stock performing, it's two stocks performing, it's three stocks performing. Um, and it's just a slight more rhythm to it. So it's like, okay, now that I know that or see that, I'm going to be more careful with trading and more cautious and look for more opportunities. And with this stock, this was up already 200%. I'm like, I'm not really feeling it, but it's performing. And I thought this had higher odds than PB. This stock snti had higher odds of going up compared to PBBT because yeah, PBBT was at a low point and it would have been perfect to get in. But from last week, I've been seeing them all, the stocks that are all at a low point were just dumping. And this week, And last week, all the stocks were at a low point was dumping and dropping in price, which would make me lose money, of course. Um, and the ones that were up substantially, you know, overextended or at a high price, kept going higher. So I'm like, okay, I could stick to the rules and buy low, sell high, which regardless I'm gonna do. But this is at a low point. PBBT was at a low point, but I'm like, the rhythm is different, so I'm gonna follow the rhythm instead of following whether it's slow or not, you know. Um, but this week it changed. The stocks that were up a lot kept going higher, which was the same from last week. But this week, the stocks that were lower started going back up too. So like, they're all following each other now. So we'll see what happens next week as well, and the rest of this week. So this was already up 200%. And if you're listening to this video, I would advise you to put the audio on times 1.2 speed or 1.5 speed because I talk a lot and I'm repetitive. So um, it's going to be pretty long. Um, but they're for me. These videos are for me. So for me to go back and learn from. So it doesn't really matter. Um, so when the market opened, and I know this shit's getting in the way, but I'll show you here. These blue uh, triangles, they're my entries for long. I bought them, so I bought it at a price of I bought I think 5 or 6. I bought $5,000 shares worth, which was about 723 at 691. And the reason why I bought it is because, as you see here in these candlesticks, these two candlesticks, the market opened and it wasn't panicking down. Like it went down just a little bit and caught back up. I've seen that pattern many, many times before. I know what that means. I know what that means. Something is holding up. I didn't really trust it, but I put in my order and I put my stop limit order and I put it at a wide range. And I'm like, if it doesn't go my way, that's okay. As long as I get out, as long as I got low, buy low, and I put my stop limit order in, that's good. If I lose a couple $100, if I lose a little bit more than what I anticipated, that's okay. And that's what exactly I did. Put in my stop limit order, and um, it was doing what it did. But I knew from last week it might just run up. So I'm like, I had my order in and then I canceled it, my stop limit order in, because I'm like, this is like fluctuating and it seems like it's one of those stocks where it dips and it traps shorts. It has a wick, long wick where it traps shorts and it makes buyers get out, but traps shorts, which forces the stock price back up and squeezes. So I saw that happening, so I canceled my order, my stop limit order, and I'm like, let me reset it to a lower range and take a higher risk because it might do one of these quick dips and come back up just to get orders filled and then push it back up and then manipulate the price higher. And I didn't want to get out prematurely. So then when it did that here. I know you can't really see it, but it did that right here. I hate with this thing coming in the way. I wish I could move it and have it sit somewhere over here. But it did that, and then I'm like, good. I didn't. I move on. I canceled my order just before it did it, and I didn't get caught up in that manipulation, getting out prematurely. So then I saw that, hey, this is gonna go up some more. I just don't know how or when. um, and that's okay. But the odds were looking in my favor. So I added another 300 shares. It was about, I think about, it was about, and it pulled back some. It got even lower, just a little bit lower, a tad bit lower. But it was still in that range where it can spike. And I got in with 300 shares, about $1,500 to $200. I mean, $1,500 to $2,000. And I'm like up. I'm in total like I think $6,000 or $7,000. And um, at that point it started spiking. Now I know you can't really see it, but it looks like just one spike, but it really was two spikes. But we're in the 5 minute candle, and you can't really see it. Let me see if it'll let me. I tried a second time to see if it'll let me, and it doesn't. This piece of shit sucks. I gotta update it, but it just fucking sucks overall. Um, so it was two spikes, and at first it spiked once, and I'm like, nah. I can tell it wants to go higher. You can just when you get used to trading and you can see the rhythm, you can tell whether it wants to go higher or not. You just get accustomed to it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I think it can go higher. It haven't passed this point yet. I'll show you here. It haven't passed this range yet. And I'm like, I know it can go higher. I can sense it. I don't know if it's a sense. I can just read the chart. I'm like, hey, this thing can go higher. I can see it. I'm not really like trading with my emotions. I'm using logic. I'm like, I can see it wants to go higher. Whoever's manipulating it, they're trying to push it up, but there's certain things that it's trying to do before it goes up. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take the risk. If it doesn't go up the way I want, I'll just take the loss. My stop limit order will hit. I'll lose 200, 300, a couple $100. But it was worth the risk because I wanted to see whether they would do it or not, and not just see with my eyes, but see with my money. You can't really see with your money, but you want to challenge it with your, not challenge it, but you want to see with and put your money in, and you know that you take it more seriously when you have money involved. So I ain't want I wanted to see, so I sat and I waited and I waited. And this is all paper trading, by the way. Um, and I waited, and it perked up, but it didn't pass this point, and then it perked up even higher, going higher to this point. I'm on this candlestick because if I go here, it covers it, and I can't see. But it perked up to this point, and um, I was like stunned. I was shocked. um, the way I could describe it is like, you have you're eating something, or you're eating ice cream, and then out of nowhere a big surprise happens. You're like, oh shit, and you're like fumbling and shit, fumbling whatever you have in your hand. That's what I was experiencing. Like I was sitting back in my chair talking to a friend of mine, and just talking and talking, being distracted, uh, in a good way, and then um, she's beautiful, so her beauty distracts me. Um, but I was just multitasking, looking at two different good things: beautiful chart, beautiful girl. Um, and I was just smiling at her, and then I looked to my right, and I started to see the stocks perk up, perk up, perk up, and then it jumped like literally a dollar and a half. I don't know how much. It just jumped. I can't even tell you how much, but you can just look at the range from this candlestick from 6.5 to 9. It jumped substantially, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm fumbling trying to grab a mouse, and I'm panicking to sell, and I'm trying to sell at a limit order, but I'm like, that shit's not going through. I can't even hit the button fast enough to sell. So I just said, fuck a limit order, because I was trying to put it at a certain price, but the price was just fluctuating all over the place. So I said, fuck it. Um, I clicked all my shares. Um, I clicked market order and I just sold. I didn't care. I was up a grand, over a grand. My goal with trading lately has been, or in the past, was 5 to 10%. Now, because the markets have been a bit tricky, it's been 2.5% to 5%. But with Trump getting elected, shit just stocks been just going crazy. So I was up already 5 to 10%. Um, and I was up over that amount. I was up shit over 20, almost 30%. And I hit my market order and I sold and I made 1,900 for the day. It's almost 30% of my money. Um, Remember, it's all paper trading, by the way. And until I really get buying low, putting my stop loss orders in, until I get that down pack, um, I'm good. So then that started happening, and I sold, and I just sat back in my chair like, wow, I haven't had one of those trades in a while. And then the stock just kept going and going and going. I just kept watching it go and go and go and go and go. I was like, OMG, like what the fuck? This is crazy. Um, um, and I'm like, is this me getting better, or is just this market giving me opportunity? And I think it's both. I think I'm getting better because I'm buying low with my stop limit orders, and the markets are doing better because it's giving me opportunity, and I got to learn when to take advantage of the opportunity and when to fall back. And I would have never held this long because I was already past VWAP at this point, and then to sell here would be just taking a high risk. But I'm trying to get better at trading with increments. Um, Instead of selling all my shares at once like I did here, sell a third. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sell a third, a third, a third, and um, with that, selling thirds, you can either make more money or you can make a little bit less. I'm not comfortable with that, and I'm trying to practice. But I would rather just sell it all. I'd rather have a $500 now and lock it in than to have um, a potential $1,000, but I may or may not have it. So that's why I think that's how I think. You trade in the way you were raised, the way that not raised, but the way your life, the way you took on life, the way you see life. You trade. If you're a greedy person, you're gonna make greedy decisions. If you're conservative and you don't care about the money and you're not really too focused on money, you're not gonna really care if you're up 50, $100 or $1,000. You're just gonna take and go. And if you're an emotional person, trading is gonna be harder for you in the beginning. But if you're not so much of an emotion person, you will learn certain lessons quicker and improve faster. To each is their own. But this was my trading. Um, One thing I want to say, I forgot to say when I was talking about my little brother, is after he passed away, it's such a shame. Um, Trump got elected. I went to Trump's election party. Um, I was invited. It was nice. I got to see Trump. I got to see a lot of celebrities. I was really happy to go. But I went to Trump's election party, and after that, like a week or two later or whatever, my Deutsche coin started shooting up like crazy. So all in all, I ended up having a total of my entire net worth having over 80 grand. I wish my little brother never took his own life because um, I told him just be patient and wait on me. I'm gonna buy that house. I'm gonna have the money for him to come home. And I know you don't need 80 grand to put down on a house, but I wanted to avoid PMI because then I don't want that load on me, that expense on me, and it's gonna be a heavy load. I mean, I made several mistakes in the process, and there's no point of trying to make sense of it. But I wish he would have waited, because if he didn't take his own life, I would have been at over 80 grand, and I would have kept working, kept grinding, and a couple months later, I would have had the house. But now he's gone, and nothing matters anymore. Trading doesn't matter, school doesn't matter, work, the house, the goals, the dreams, the chance on me being a CEO, studying engineering, becoming a very successful entrepreneur, know, following the strategies of Warren Buffett, Elon Musk. Just none of that matters anymore, you know? None of it matters. And there's so much more expressions and thoughts and emotions that I'm having. Um, but I was talking to a military guy who's been in war many times, and he was like, he had many of his friends commit suicide after the war, um, and it still hurts him to this day. And he's like, man, he's just gotta live every day. There's nothing he could really he could say, but he's just, you gotta live your life. And I went to a suicide loss meeting, um, an annual meeting, and they're like, they were like, I'm hurt and I'm wishing that he didn't pass away from me, for my own benefits, because I love him and I care for him, which they're right. They're right about that. But we don't know what he was going through, what his thoughts were, how dark his thoughts were, and and we want him back for us, but he wanted to be gone for him. He felt like that was the best thing, and I'm like, fuck that shit, man. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck, for real. But it is our own personal feelings. But he didn't want that. We wanted that, but he didn't want that. So he got what he wanted. Whether it's right or wrong, it don't matter. I'm not trying to make sense of this anymore. He's gone. He's never coming back. But I want to keep my promise to him and let him know that, hey, yes, I failed you in life, Matthew. I failed you in life. And if you're looking down at me right now, or looking up at me right now, wherever you're at, I want you to know that I'm going to keep my promise to you. And I want to be, when I pass away, and wherever I go and wherever I see you at, whether it's hell or heaven, wherever I'm at and wherever I see you at, I want you to know that, hey, bro, I know it don't matter now that we're in a different realm, but I kept my promise to you in death. Just like the knights will make promises to their king that they will protect the king, his family, and his children, even after he passes away. I'm going to be a knight to my king, my little brother, and let him know, hey, I'm going to keep my promise. So I've been trying not to spend money recklessly, although like I have been, to support him being gone, and all the expenses that come with it, and then supporting those who's been grieving with me, and buying things for people, just to make myself happy, just to see them be happy. Um, Whether it was a mistake or not, that's part of being a man. But I want him to know that, you know, whenever I see him and I'm passing by him in another realm, um, he knows that I kept my promise. Whether he's like, hey, it doesn't matter anymore, we're in a different place now, or oh, good job, whatever he says, that's okay. Whether it's meaningless, whether he responds or not, I kept my promise to you, bro. I'm sorry I failed you, and I hope that one day you can forgive me for failing you. But that's the end of this audio video screenshot. I hope this caught everything I said. I just bought some new headphones. I had part of the reason why I didn't make any new audio is because I didn't have headphones, $5 headphones to make another audio, and I just never cared to go get another one at the store. But I just said fuck it. Someone actually, the beautiful girl that I was with asked me to make an audio or video because she likes to listen to my videos. So I was like, alright, fuck it, I'll make one. But hopefully it caught everything I said. If not, fuck it, I'm gonna delete this piece of shit. Thank you.